Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 19 of Power Up, your favorite superhero podcast. I am Marchese, aka the Beast NJ, and with me as always is my faithful sidekick and co-host, Gregory Virga.
Hi. That's what I wanted to do.
You nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the greatest superhero show on Earth.
They told us that we weren't allowed to wear capes, and by they, I mean the producers of this highly acclaimed and just like I just feel bad. I was gonna put my awards in the background, like we did win Emmys, but
yeah,
like
we won the soupy. The soups.
Yeah, we call them the soups, but you guys probably wouldn't know just because it's the business.
Biz, we call them the soups.
You just really wouldn't get it. It's fine.
You can catch the show every Saturday at 10 a.m. on youtube.com/The Level Up Show or on SoundCloud and iTunes for the audio version. Or if you can't wait that long, become a patron over at patreon.com/The Level Up Network. And for just $1 or more, you'll get this show on Tuesdays. And that's a whole 5 days earlier.
That's not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 days earlier.
That was loud in my headphones, so I'm sorry for all of your speakers that were just blown to shit.
That's how we won the soupies.
Greg!
Yeah.
How you doing, man? What's going on?
I'm doing very well.
You seem in high spirits today.
I'm in very much high spirits.
Wonderful.
The problem with this time of the year, Dean, can I just break it down for you real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. What do you got?
Okay. So the problem with this time of the year is, you know me, I like to give presents.
Yeah.
I like presents. I would rather give everybody in the world a gift than receive a gift from everyone in the world. I just get a really good feeling from doing that. And also, I'm an adult, so like when I want stuff, like I buy it. But that being said, when I do buy gifts for people, I like it to hit a sentimental chord, a little bit of an emotional chord, and they always kind of tie into some part of our friendship or our relationship. And it always goes back to that. Let me just tell you that this Christmas season is starting off, and shopping for people is proving to be more difficult than I thought. But in turn, I've realized, why put so much stress on the people that are going to love you no matter what you get them?
Yeah.
Of the holiday season. And I thought that for like a good 2 minutes, and then the whole world started crumbling around me again. But
is this your Christmas shopping PSA for the show?
That's what I wanted to tell people. Is like, don't stress it. Like, get to a point where you're like, I can do this. I can get through the holiday season.
I can shop.
Yes. And then, like, after that, like, just crumble. Like, crumble with the presents, and hopefully what you got was good enough. Otherwise, you get kicked out of your house.
Let me tell you something. Speaking of Christmas shopping, Greg. Okay. I got you some items, right? You were my first guy this year.
What?
Because just the things I was running into, I was like, perfect. I
love this.
I've got you some things, right, that nail all of your points. They hit that, the emotional.
Am I going to cry? Well, you know me. I cry over everything.
I don't think you'll cry, but I've got something that connects us for sure that you're really going to like. This
I'm so
cool.
excited.
It's really cool. And then, the other item is just awesome.
Dean is really good at buying presents, and I know this because on my birthday, like, everyone kind of went in and like chipped in to get me the Apple Watch. Drew, Chris, and Mike, aka was who that was. But Dean got me my Kingdom Hearts poster, which I'm staring at currently as I'm telling you this, and it hangs over my bed. Like, I have a king size bed, and in my bedroom, like, there's one picture on this entire wall, and it's over my bed, like as if it's supposed to be like a great masterpiece, but it is. I love it so much. It's still one of my favorite presents in the world. So Dean's really good at that stuff. I'm just really excited that I get to see you guys around Christmas time.
Me too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
I got you a third thing because I was shopping on Amazon last night and I just couldn't stop. I couldn't stop.
Like myself. That's what I do. And then I'm like, I'm gonna be broke, but like I have to get it. Like I have to.
Yeah, it's necessary. All of the things I got you are necessary.
I love that. And spoilers, guys. Actually, what? That's not the word I wanted to use. Dean bought us the first time I see Star Wars: The Force Awakens will be with this man. Wait, this man right here. I'm very excited about it.
That's gonna be exciting. I'm real excited for that day. It's gonna be good stuff.
It's gonna be a great day.
I got them for like later in the afternoon too, so we can still do the show in the morning. We can hang for a little bit and just let all the Star Wars soak into your head for a while.
I'm probably gonna walk out of the theater with the ability to use the Force. I'm not gonna say it's true,
I'd
but
be
I'm
surprised
not
if you didn't.
that's what I mean. Like, as soon as I see the text scrolling up, like I'm probably gonna die. I'm probably gonna die.
Me too. I feel that.
I'm just so nervous, but I'm so excited.
I'm excited too. It's gonna be a good day.
Mm.
What do you say we get started with your favorite segment, Greg? That's right, everybody. It's time for the rumor roundup.
It's the rumor roundup, y'all. I always have to go hunchback too.
There's a lot of nuances that go into that rumor roundup
If
song.
you've never seen the video version of the rumor roundup, do yourself a favor.
Check that out.
Check that out. It's pretty amazing.
It's good stuff for sure. So we have one rumor today. And it's a good one, actually. I forgot about this.
Yes.
Director of the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, James Gunn, has squashed all rumors on Star-Lord's parentage being used as a plot twist for the film. He will no longer be commenting on rumors.
Okay, so let's break this down. First of all, proud of you, James Gunn.
Me too.
The sad part about this is he's a very open director. He's very much in the nerd kingdom with all of us, and he loves to like comment and look at stuff and projects that he doesn't know about and talk with people about it. The problem was so many people were doing this Star-Lord parentage thing and throwing him off that he was like, dude, like I have to squash these rumors. But now he's like, now I'm never commenting again until Volume 2 of Guardians comes out. And that's kind of sad because it's like he used to, for Volume 1, I don't know if you remember, but he was writing blog posts like day in, day out being like, we're shooting this really cool scene. I'm so excited for you guys to see it. Just like kind of sharing his feelings. And now he's like, I just don't want him to feel like he's shut off now from the community.
I like it. I like it better this way. Don't tell me anything. Don't show me anything. I would rather walk into there 100% surprised. Not even knowing what I'm getting into, so I'm fine with it. I think that's cool. Also, the tweet was about everybody was spreading rumors about that the father role of Star-Lord was the role that Matthew McConaughey turned down.
Yeah.
Which was Captain Marvel, not the Captain Marvel you're all thinking of, the female Carol Danvers. I forget his name, but it's the Silver Age iteration of Captain Marvel, where it did resemble, like I could totally have seen Matthew McConaughey playing it.
A little bit.
But apparently it's not true, so we still don't know too much about the film, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with it too. Guardians 1 was good, so like I have all faith in, and especially James Gunn too. He's just a fun guy. Yeah, me too. He's a fun guy.
Let's get into the news here. It's a big news week, actually.
We are going over news.
Great. Let's get this out of the way right now before everyone's sitting here watching like, why don't you talk about Civil War? Talk about Civil War.
Yeah.
The Civil War trailer has come. We will be talking about it in full.
We're not going to say it's our topic of the week.
But it's our topic of the week.
It's our topic of the week.
So we'll get through the news, sit tight, and we will be talking Civil War. We both have a lot to say, I'm sure, about that.
God, it's a trailer, there's posters, there's a movie that's happening. Did you know they're making a Civil War
Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me?
It's going to be a full film.
I hope that trailer's good. Can't wait to see it.
Me too.
Can't wait to see it. Number 2 on this, Ryan Reynolds released another classic Deadpool video teasing something special for Comic-Con experience in Brazil.
Oh, Ryan, you know how to tickle my fancies, and you get all my funny bones.
He's really I like to see people lean into this kind of thing. Like he's 100% like leaning into this role.
He probably like when I picture him, like I picture him sleeping in the Deadpool costume, like in his actual house.
He is 100% in on this, man.
And he's so good. He's such a charismatic guy too. Yeah. And no matter what he says or does, like he's just funny. But he comes up, he's like. That's why he's so perfect for Deadpool. Is he's so sardonically funny, and like he comes off and he'll just make like a little sly remark, and he won't even smile at his own remark. But when he's like, "Oh God, dude, he's just so funny." I can't wait to see this movie either.
Yeah, me too. He is really really funny.
As far as the surprise goes, what do we think it is?
If I had to guess, probably a second trailer. Maybe that's actually, who knows? Maybe it's a clip from the actual movie. I don't know.
If you guys haven't seen it, he's like, oh, we're coming to Brazil. And he does, like, he starts saying Spanish words, and he's like, I don't know what the hell that means. Like, whatever I said. It's funny, so go check it out.
He's like he goes through, and he's like, whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah, he's like, that was the best.
It is really funny, actually. He gets me to laugh, like, out loud.
Me too. Like, I actually find myself cackling at just the dumb nuances and stuff he puts to the character.
Moving on to number 3, no surprise here. Fantastic Four sequel has been pulled from Fox's film schedule, which was set originally to be out in June, I think June 2nd specifically, of 2017.
The best part about this news story is that it wasn't like headline news story. Like they literally just like Fox never came out with an official announcement yet. Like it right now, all we know is that like somebody looked at Fox's release schedule and it was gone. Like and that's all that we know about it, which at this point, are we that shocked? Like Fantastic Four was god awful.
You know what? I'm not shocked. I'm a little bit surprised because Fox has the tendency to like just keep going. We knew this was bad, but trust us, this next one's gonna be really good, huh?
Yeah.
And you're like, stop.
When it comes retweet. When it comes down to the end of the day, I just feel bad for the actors that didn't like. They were so excited, all of them, to star in the superhero movie, and it just sucks for them that like it didn't work. It sucks for us too that we didn't get an awesome Fantastic Four movie. But like I know Michael B. Jordan and Miles Teller especially were so excited.
Let me tell you who it doesn't suck for. Michael B. Jordan, because I saw Creed over the weekend and he's going to be just fine. Yeah. That movie was so fucking good, dude.
I know, I have to see it. I'm seeing it this Tuesday, tomorrow.
Are you a big Rocky fan? You like the Rocky movies?
I watch them. I'm not like like running up my basement stairs with boxing gloves on, but like I've watched them all. I've enjoyed them all. The last one with Sylvester Stallone was kind of a little bit rocky, just because like his age. So?
I actually love that one. The one where he's older.
Yeah, his age. I mean, like I think it's better they're going this route with it though. Make him more of the mentor rather than like
makes
the fighter.
Sense. I mean, well, let's just go. Yeah. Let's just go there.
Spoilers for Rocky,
because apparently we're going there. I thought the Rocky Balboa where he's older. I thought that made a lot of sense because if you pay attention to his character in the earlier movies, like he's so that guy who can't give up.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? And like
that's his whole story.
When he got older and like he's like, I just got some stuff left in the basement. He just needed that one more fight. I was like, yeah, that's such a Rocky thing. Like I get it.
It made sense for the character. I enjoyed the film. I'm just saying, like now, like especially trying to sell it to like newer generations of children. Like Michael B. Jordan, I think is a perfect fit for that. I'm excited to see the movie. It's getting great reviews.
It's awesome,
like,
dude. Yeah. I would have been like pretty critical because I am like a big Rocky fan. I love the Rocky movies, and
you met Sylvester Stallone.
I didn't. I wish I did though.
That's a rumor. That's on the rumor roundup.
We have seen them. We have seen them. I've seen them filming before because they film everything in Philadelphia.
In Philly, yeah.
This movie, dude. Speaking of, it has like so many like deep cuts from Philly. Like they go to Maxie's in North Philly for cheesesteaks. They go to the Electric Factory, which I've been to millions of times. Like
that's crazy.
It's really cool the way the little like there's things in this movie only for people who are
like who in Philadelphia. Yeah,
which
that's
is really
awesome.
Cool. Outstanding. He nailed it. But anyway, my point is he's got a franchise now and he'll be fine because this movie is great. So
he's just a good actor. When in doubt, Michael B. Jordan it out.
Yeah, he killed it. He's really, really good in this. Great story and great acting. So everybody,
we'll let you know when I go see Creed, guys. Because apparently that's what Power of Turns is.
You know what? They better deserve us talking about Creed for 5 minutes than that Fantastic Four piece of shit film that they released.
Everybody, welcome to the Michael B. Jordan podcast.
All Michael B. Jordan all the time. Number 4.
We don't have to talk like that though the whole time.
Number 4. Luke Cage has added Sonia Braga to play Claire Temple's mother, who was the night nurse character on the show, and now it's just kind of a nurse.
So this kind of fits in. Well, let's do the first news story, and then let's talk about this.
Okay.
The next news story, not first. Let's do this news story, and then we'll talk about Claire and the whole thing.
Okay.
I just finished Jessica Jones, ladies and gentlemen. So
I do want to say, before we go to the next one, is I find it very interesting that they are going through the trouble to cast a mother for her.
I just don't get it. But, like, I don't get what they're trying to do with the character now, because, like you said, now they've stopped making her night nurse.
Right.
So, like, why is she still such a...
Maybe they haven't, dude. Maybe they're, like... I don't know. Like, maybe they're trying to still give her that night nurse like persona and not call her that in case they want to use the night nurse in the films in a different way.
I guess, but like Rosario Dawson's so famous, like she could be in the films as night nurse.
She could be, yeah. I 100% agree. Number 5 is Jessica Jones showrunner Melissa Rosenberg talked about how changing the focus of the show ultimately caused Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, to be replaced with another Marvel Comics character. And the quote is, Carol Danvers got her own movie, but as it turned out, Patsy Walker ended up being an incredibly much more appropriate fit with Jessica. It was better than that her best friend was not someone with powers. It actually ends up being a really great mirror for her.
And you know that in the comic books, right? Like Alias, the comic books, like Captain Marvel's her best friend. So in the show, I feel like, I mean, I loved Trish Walker, who's played by, I think her name's Rachel Jones.
She was okay for me. She wasn't one of my big takeaways.
I think she got like Melissa said, I think for Jessica's character, I think it was a perfect mirror for her, and you understood their friendship, I think, a lot more than they could have done with Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Just because that just would have been the same dilemma, and I feel like that would have been like, oh, I could stop him too. The scene I did love the most, now full spoilers for Jessica Jones because Greg finished it now. The scene I did love the most was when Trish pops the pills. And she just goes to town on Simpson, and both her and Jessica double team. I'm like, this is fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Because Trish, I don't know if they're gonna end up doing it. I feel like that's what they're setting her up for, to play Hellcat.
Yeah. I think we'll see it.
I think
eventually.
Yeah. But back to Rosario Dawson and to cast her mother and everything. First of all, I still don't get how a full season is gonna happen with Luke Cage. Like, I feel like we already kind of know some of his story now in whatchamacallit, from Jessica Jones, and I kind of like him as a side character for her just because of their relationship and the way that things ended with them in season 1. First of all, let's just unpack the season finale real quick. Number 1, Claire Temple's in the whole, like, a good 40 minutes of the hour-long season finale, and I just don't get why. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I get why she was there and it makes sense, but like half the scene she's in, like, she wasn't there the whole time, and then she's just like, so easy to trust these people, and she's like, oh, I have a friend.
Yeah,
he's
that's what I was
Daredevil.
saying. So it
like,
is that timeline where Daredevil's around, is what I was saying.
It makes me sick then, because then I still get why they don't bring him in, because like Jessica says, she's like, he's controlled all of my best friends, he's controlled everyone around me, I don't want anyone else to get hurt. And when she hears about Kilgrave's powers, like, she's like, oh, right, like, maybe Matt can't do anything. Matt Murdock.
That's in that episode, though.
Yeah.
I understand why they don't want to call him in. I get that. But I don't understand
he wouldn't
why
act of his own
Daredevil
accord.
wouldn't act on his own, because that's such a him thing to do.
I agree with that. And then the whole Luke Cage thing is just kind of against his character. I feel like they set up for the whole season. Like, Kilgrave sets him up with Jessica, which that was a crazy twist, by the way. I didn't see that coming. And then when he sets him up against Jessica and they have their whole fight scene, which was incredible, Jessica's like so reluctant to go back at him. And then when she finally shoots him in the head, spoilers, with the shotgun, I was like, oh my God, like, I forgot, like, his outside is unbreakable, but like everything on the inside, like, because his brain hit his skull so hard and everything, like, that's crazy. Like, it started swelling and shit.
Yeah, spoilers for the series of Jessica Jones, because we're probably going to talk about the finale a little bit more.
Yeah. And the whole part that didn't make sense to me was when he wakes up and he's talking to Claire and everything goes through with her. Like, she's like, oh, like, Jessica wanted, like, she's here doing this, blah, 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 catching him up with everything. He's like, oh, well, I really care about Jessica. Within that 5-minute scene of her going to get him water from the sink, he's just gone. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, there's some weird things about it, but I agree with you in that I don't really feel like Luke Cage needs his whole own series. I'll watch it, obviously, but
yeah,
I think it would have been fine. He was in this a lot. He was in Jessica Jones a lot.
He was in it for 6 episodes out of the 13 episodes total.
Right, and like that's enough, dude. He's and like we'll learn more about him in Defenders, but I mean, they seem to really want to make a full season around it. So I
just see him as a Black Widow kind of character, where like you don't need your own movie. You can learn your story that way.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah, he's definitely but I mean, as far as the Defenders go, is kind of like a heavy hitter for them. So
I think that's why they're trying to set it up. And props to Mike Coulter, the actor. Me and you both revealed we were like, who the hell is this guy? Like, why did they cast him for Luke Cage? And he crushed the role. I think
it was great. He did a great job.
As far as the end of Jessica Jones goes,
especially after playing, he was in Halo. And
he did that like weird advertisement thing.
After I played Halo, he's Locke. Yeah, he played as Locke. Yeah. After I played that, I was like, this guy's stiff, man. But it was just that role. Turns out he actually nailed Luke Cage. So continue on. Finale. Let's talk about it.
Right. But so like Jessica Jones still is my favorite of all the superhero shows to date. And the reason is she literally spoilers, guys, major spoilers. So please, like, I'm ending the show for you. Like, this is season 1 of Jessica Jones. She fucking snapped Kilgrave's neck.
It's awesome.
I didn't see that coming at all.
There was a lot of cool moments in that last episode, especially when he's like,
holy shit, dude.
He's like, tell me you love me, and he like freaks out, and then she's like, look. You
see,
him.
And nice nod too to the comics. The purple veins come through his face.
And it was just overloaded.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
Yeah, and then she like looks aside and looks at Trish, and she's like, I love you, and then she snaps. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. It was the best moment.
They tied it in so perfectly because the whole time I'm like, she's not giving up Trish, but I'm like, does he have control over her? I'm like, I don't think he does.
I didn't know either. I had no idea.
But I'm like, I really can't tell. And then all the people, when he's like, stop, and she stops, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
That whole, it was like a good 5 minutes of just their back and forth, and I was so scared the whole time. I was laying in bed watching it, and I sat up in my bed, and I'm like, I was watching it like with the blanket next to my face. I'm like, dude, like I don't know what's really gonna happen. We're literally sitting on the edge of my seat. That's never happened.
Good job with like playing with the audience. Like I really had I was like, I can't fucking tell if like she's messing with him or she's really like controlled again.
Yeah,
it was hard to tell. It was good, right? The finale was really good.
As far as Kilgrave goes as a character, I understand why they had to kill him. Because at the end of the day, he got so powerful where he was controlling people over the phone. Like, that's not a villain that can be contained. And, like, as much as I love David Tennant, like, he's invested and involved with so many projects. It didn't make sense to me that they would keep him as a recurring character. And, like, others, like, if he broke out of whatever and, like, oh, now the Defenders have to go kill Kilgrave.
Right.
But as like a testament to like the writing that they're doing for her character, like she snapped his neck and it was the most satisfying thing in the world. It reminded me a lot of where I want Arrow to go back to with Oliver just killing people. Like, these people are bad, dude. Like, you're a vigilante for a reason, and I get why you have to do like things for justice, but like this was the best ending to the Kilgrave storyline. I felt
was that really good. Yeah.
You raped me. You were a murderer, rapist, pedophile scumbag. And I just got to twist your neck. I watched that like 4 times. I was like, this is the best.
It was really good. The series overall was really, really strong. I think for me, I appreciated this story of Jessica Jones more than Daredevil. Overall, I kind of prefer Daredevil as a series just because I really think it just comes down because I'm so familiar with him. That character is like home for me because the Jessica Jones is so lesser known. I will say, however, that the start to this season is going to be huge for that character because, man, that show was so good.
Yeah,
it was really good. The writing was just great. I loved it. I'm really curious to see where they're going to go for the second season now because
and then it ends so ominously.
It was originally supposed to be 1 season of each show and then Defenders, but now they're giving these shows second seasons because they did so well. So then they're like, we killed off her big bad guy already. We killed off her Joker. So like, where do they go? I don't even know. I guess they got Simpson, who, spoilers, turns out to be Nuke from the comics, which is awesome.
Yeah. Happy they went with the red, white, and blue pills rather than the face tattoo. I think that works better for translation.
Watch him show up in the next season.
He has the tattoo.
And he's out like WWF.
Yeah, the whole IGH storyline is how they completely left that open for interpretation. We still have Trish to come out as Hellcat, and we also have Jessica, who never really signed up to be a hero and still is like reluctant to do so. And then Malcolm starts kind of weaving his way in, and he starts taking phone calls, and he's like, "Alias Investigations, how can we help?" I'm like,
really good, awesome, dude. I'll tell you what, if they do a second season and there's not a Daredevil versus Jessica episode, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that has to be a thing now.
I'm thinking season 2, we're gonna see Jessica Jones come into her own, and I think she's gonna start taking care of herself. I hope, and I hope like she gets to maybe like start learning how to fly. Like I don't know, she's the only one with the supernatural abilities. To the extent of like actually calling her a superhero. Like Luke Cage has super strength and he's unbreakable, but like if like we saw, Jessica shot him in the head with the shotgun and he was out for the count. Like if it wasn't for Claire, like he was treated like a normal patient.
Yeah.
I think Jessica, she's got some good things coming. And Kristen Ritter, props to you, baby girl. Like, awesome job.
Yeah, agreed. Let us know what you guys thought about Jessica Jones. If you've wrapped up the season in the comments below, we would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. We both loved it. Safe to say.
Yes. I miss her, like you said. When you finish the
Yeah,
show, you're
it's
like,
hard.
"Dude, I miss her so much." I look at it now and I go on Netflix and she's the banner and I'm
Yeah.
like, damn it.
I
It's not
know.
new anymore.
It's hard when you blow through a season like that real quick. It was the same with Daredevil. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I missed it so much. And then like they really get you attached to these characters. When you watch like 20 episodes for 15 episodes in like 2 days, you know.
It's the best. Best worst.
Moving on to number 6, Marvel has announced that Doctor Strange has officially began production, even though we already know because we saw production photos.
That's true. Nice to note that it's another British doctor. And I just made this revelation now that like it's like Doctor Who because he's British and he's a doctor.
Yeah.
I love this.
It's not going to be much like Doctor Who, but it's
not
like Doctor Who in that aspect, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I compare it to stuff I like. I'm just very excited for this movie.
Me too.
The cast just seems phenomenal. The more we get casting info on it, yeah, it's kind of weird that they made this like an official announcement now, but
it is weird. Yeah, I don't know why they know everybody saw the videos and the photos.
it's like I don't get it, but yay, I'm excited. Can't wait to
me
come
too.
out.
Moving on to number 7, my man Tom Holland is talking about Spidey.
We call him T-Dog.
Quotes, Tom says, I think one of the most interesting things about Peter Parker for us is that he's the only person in the MCU now that has a secret identity, so we all know who everyone else is. I think it's quite interesting to go back to that hiding behind a mask. I thought this quote was pretty interesting because I guess that means they're going to be using that plot point in Civil War, it sounds like, which is the plot point they used Spider-Man 4 in the Civil War comics.
I just hope that they don't. Okay, so they're doing so many different twists and spins in Civil War, just because of the MCU. Like it's just a different universe. It's just a different telling of the story. So I don't know if I want him necessarily to be revealed in this movie. Like maybe they use that as a plot point, but he doesn't reveal himself because in the comic book storyline he does. I think it would just be weird for him, and I think as a whole to like not have the secret identity. Just to start off right off the bat, I think personally. And I think if they ever did like his own, well, he's getting his own movie, but like if he does his own movie and stuff to not have the secret identity, I think that would just mess with his character as a whole, because that's what a lot of the villains go for is when they do find out about him, they go after his family. And that's when he's like, oh shit, now, like, you know?
Yeah, this is his first entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it would be weird to reveal him in that first instance. I don't know. I mean, they're obviously putting so many twists and spins in the Civil War story. They said this is a loose adaptation. They're using the framework of that story to build a new Civil War in the film. So I'm happy about that because now I don't know what the fuck is going to happen.
Yeah.
And also, who knows? Maybe Spider-Man will show up and be like, maybe he'll be on Cap's side instead of Iron Man's side in the books. Maybe he'll be like, no, I'm not signing that. He's like, I'm not telling everybody who I am. You know what I mean? Who knows?
I don't know if I want that though, because I want Iron Man is. Well, we'll talk about it when we get to the trailer.
We will talk about it. I don't think that's the case, especially because they've said we know that the fight scene was between Cap and Spider-Man.
Yes.
But the point I'm making is his presence in this movie doesn't necessarily mean the mask reveal like he does in the comics. You know what I mean? It's who knows? I guess we'll find out. But excited. I'm just so glad that he's home.
That, and I'm just excited to see a whole new Spider-Man too. Like. As much as I love you, Andrew Garfield, like this is very exciting for all of us.
Yeah, I am pumped.
Yeah.
Moving on to number 8, Zoe Saldana has revealed that pre-production has begun for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
This is very exciting. And her, oh yeah, we have the image too.
She's getting her, what's it called? The face cast done for.
What is that called? It's like wet plaster.
Yeah, something like that. It's so they use the mold to make the latex pieces that go on her face when she does makeup for the filming,
which is awesome because they said originally the first time around they just used body paint on her, right? Yeah, so now she's gonna have like a suit-esque thing, which
maybe they might, and they also might use it for I'm trying to think of a good example. Like I'm thinking how you know how like maybe like Beast from X-Men, right? Like they want you to see their face, but they use latex pieces for like maybe like the cheekbones. They stick those on, you know what I mean? And then like maybe the nose. I think they might be using it for that.
Okay, just to like emphasize more of the features.
So because they'll need the structure of her body, because if they're going to use just latex pieces for it, they probably want it to conform correctly
to her.
Yeah,
so that makes sense.
That would be my guess.
You're a smart cookie.
Maybe she'll be wearing a suit. I don't know. She might just be wearing a bodysuit this time around, but my guess would be the makeup again.
I just know, like, when it comes to other movies, like we talked about previously on Power Up, but Jennifer Lawrence had to get, for her character, her role of Mystique, she had to be in that chair, like, getting paint done and makeup done for 4.5 hours.
Rebecca Romijn also, she did the body.
And hers was even doubled. Hers was 8 hours because they didn't slim down the process at all, and they didn't have as good CGI, so to affect her that way, God bless her.
Yeah,
that's
her
8 hours of your
that
day.
makeup was fantastic.
Yeah, it did look awesome, though.
Very, very cool. I'm excited that they're going into pre-production. Production starts soon. I don't know the date, but obviously sooner than we thought because they're already doing pre-production.
I'm excited that that's a thing. Like that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is a thing.
Yeah,
that
I know.
Like, that's just
that is fucking awesome. I'm excited about this next piece of news.
Yes.
Michael Giacchino has signed on to return to score The Incredibles 2.
This movie, every piece of news that comes out for it just makes me happier and more excited that we're getting an Incredibles 2.
I was just watching The Incredibles yesterday. It's been on TV a lot lately.
Yes, I was just going to say that. It has
the score is so good, man. It's so good.
The main Incredibles theme, like, is just fantastic. It's so good. And I can't wait. I'm very intrigued to know what the storyline's going to be. Like, we have no idea what the story's going to center around.
I'm intrigued.
Baby's still going to be a baby. Like, we don't know.
That's what I was going to say. I'm intrigued to see how much time has passed.
Yeah.
If if Dash is like, like late teens now, if Jack is like, going to be like Dash's age that he was in the Incredibles.
Is Jack Dash, and then is Dash like Violet's age, and Violet maybe is off at college, like, and something happens to her there, like, we don't know. I'm very intrigued to hear.
I love the movie though. It was so good, dude. That's one of my favorite Disney Pixar movies of all time.
Speaking about animated films, Disney, Walt Disney Studio Animation, Dean and I watched last time I was there, Big Hero 6, and that was my first time watching it. Phenomenal film, ladies and gentlemen.
It's based off of a Marvel comic.
Yes, it was phenomenal. Stan Lee cameos in it. What?
Yeah, they still have that Stan Lee cameo.
That's awesome.
I'm excited for The Incredibles too. Oh, look at this cool thing I have here while we're talking about it. Eric got me this nifty snow globe with Syndrome.
That's incredible.
And like the base is like the monster.
No pun intended.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
That's so cool.
Yeah, he got it for me as
that's the monster he stands in at the end of the movie.
Yeah, it's like the big thing that he fights that Mr. Incredible always struggles with throughout the whole movie. Yeah, he got it for me as he said it was his best man gift. I was like, that's not how this works. I'm supposed to get you something when I ask you to be the best man. And he was like,
that's romantic.
Well, yeah, it's nice little memorabilia.
Eric is a nice guy.
He's a good man.
Yeah.
Moving on to number 10, Supergirl will be casting a young Superman to come later this season.
Okay, so here's the thing.
What's the thing?
I'm a big advocate for Supergirl, as we all know. I've been championing Melissa Benoist as Kara. Are you caught up?
No.
Okay, well, in the very last episode that we got, it was the episode that they switched because of the Paris bombings with the Thanksgiving episode, and they just shouldn't have aired it at all.
Really?
It was by far worse than the pilot, and I wasn't down on the pilot this much. This was the worst episode of Supergirl so far, and it got me to the point where my only positive in this episode was Melissa Benoist.
Really?
And thank God it was a episode previous to the Thanksgiving one, so I can see where they're going with the show. Like, they're on the right track still, but this was just such a sidestep that I feel like never needed to happen. It didn't progress any of the character storylines. It was like all the stuff that you hate about the show, they made an hour-long episode about it.
Right. They probably figured because it was supposed to be Thanksgiving episode, like, they could just do a throwaway.
I mean, it makes sense, but like, just get back. I hope they get back on track, and we'll see tonight because another episode's premiering tonight. And speaking of which, we have all of our superhero shows coming back this week, guys. Don't forget to set your DVRs.
Yep.
This week is also the big Arrow Flash crossover episode.
Yep, Tuesday and Wednesday.
I'm so excited.
I'm pumped for that. That's gonna be awesome.
By the way, it's called crossover, not crashover. I don't know.
I'm 2 episodes behind on Supergirl. I think I'm still not sure if I'm going to keep going with that or not. I'm not. I like it more than I liked the first episode, but it's not one that I'm like, obviously, because I'm behind all the time, one that I'm like rushing to the TV to make sure I watch.
Yeah.
And I'm home Monday nights too. I intentionally don't watch it, so I might be letting that one go. We'll see what happens though. So speaking of the Flash Arrow crossovers coming back this week.
Segue.
Legends of Tomorrow trailer has launched just after we recorded last week's episode, actually. And it's way better than I thought it was going to be.
Okay, so like from the get-go, I told Dean, I said, Dean, listen to me. I said, Legends of Tomorrow is going to be the poop diggity. And Dean said, Greg, listen to me. It might not be the poop diggity. Don't get your hopes up. But as I always do, I get my hopes up anyway. And I feel like this trailer kind of brought us both to now the same point of like, wow, dude.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
Tell me not.
The two lines that really got me hooked in was you hear Vandal Savage talking, and he's like, I've seen Men of Steel break, and I've seen Dark Knights fall. And I was like, oh my God, he referenced them.
Team was watching it in the other room, and I was talking to Jen in the other room, and he's like, Greg, come watch. I'm like, what happened? And he's like, of course it releases right after we record Power Up, but it was awesome, dude. It
was so good. Everything looks great. We saw clips of Arrow. We saw clips of everybody, so it's just going to be so massive. The show is going to be massive.
The fact that like they have their own universe now on the CW, it's literally their own, it's not just two shows anymore. Like it's their own universe. Like Hawkman, Hawkgirl are getting set up in this crossover. We have White Canary, looks like she's kicking ass in this trailer, which I'm so happy for, because Katie Lotz is the proper Canary in my opinion. Sorry to Katie Cassidy.
I kind of wish they would have just cast her as Dinah Lance instead of the whole like sister line. Like, why? Just let her be fucking Dinah, dude.
But I'm happy that she got a role, because she really did love playing that character and being on the show. So I'm happy that they gave her White Canary. And it also kind of gives them the female presence too on that side of things, which is cool. So she'll have her and Hawkgirl be gossiping about like Egyptians and all the crazy stuff they have.
I'm excited. I wasn't, and I am now. It looked so good.
And at the end, when all the logos come down, it's like the Flash logo, the Arrow logo, and then it's like Legends of Tomorrow. I'm like, yes!
Yeah.
Like, that's what I needed in my life.
It was really, really good. The fact that Vandal Savage is going to be on TV, like, what? Vandal Savage?
And the casting, so on point.
He's
terrifying.
Yeah, he was a good pick. But it makes sense now. They can go through every week. They're chasing Vandal Savage through time. They can go to this time period, this episode, next time period, this episode, next time period, this episode. Like, the possibilities are endless now. That was such a smart move of them as far as like casting villains go.
Yeah, and now this is like their like C team. I don't want to even say A or B team, but this is like the C team Justice League for like, God forbid, Flash or Arrow need somebody to call in. Now they have a whole squad of people to be like, hey guys, we need you for backup this week. Like they're gonna be on those shows too. You'd have to imagine.
I can't wait to see what happens, dude, because now that they're out there, they're definitely gonna have like Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow mashup episodes. Yeah. We're like, what are we gonna? I don't know. Or we're gonna get like Justice League Doom on TV. Like, what the fuck? Like, I can't even fathom what's gonna happen from this. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'll actually cry if that happens.
In more DC news, we have some Batman Arkham Knight news to talk about.
You're good with the segues today, Dino.
Thank you very much. I wish we had some more superhero games to talk about than Batman Arkham Knight. So
soon, I hope.
Get to work, developers.
He said,
stop letting Batman Arkham Knight take all the glory. Every week, like anytime we have games to talk about, it's Batman Arkham Knight,
which isn't bad. We like Arkham Knight.
I love Arkham, but like, come on, where you at, Marvel? Where's your games?
Telltale coming soon with them.
Yeah, I hope that's good.
Me and you both.
So first up, Batman Arkham Knight November DLC was released. It came out, and you got more than you bargained for with this.
Yeah,
they added in the 2016 Batman v Superman stuff, which originally I think was supposed to come later.
Yeah, it's supposed to come in December.
So they released the first batch, and then like 2 days later, they quietly were like, let's just add that in too.
Yeah. They're just so awesome. We've talked about it multiple times, but the season pass as a whole, like just the amount of support and money, or I think for us anyway, the bang that we got for our buck was totally justified and awesome. And it just keeps on coming too, dude. Like, and now they announced like they were like, after December, that's it, we're done. We're gonna move on to other projects, and then here, lo and behold, they're like, some stuff's coming in January. I'm like, you dirty bastard.
Yeah. Well, this first pack from November came with all of the above, which I've played all of the above. Wayne Tech Pack, 2 tracks, 2 Arkham episodes. We got the Catwoman's Revenge Arkham episode and
the Robin.
The Robin one, A Flip of a Coin. They both include one story mission and 2 challenge maps.
You played the Robin one now too?
I played everything that I'm about to list to you here. Yeah.
I didn't play the Robin one yet. I have to play the Robin.
Very, very good. It's short as they tend to be, but the Robin one I loved because they really have me wondering the way. Like, I don't know how much of the like lore they're connecting these to.
Okay.
Like the Arkham episodes. Like, I don't know how seriously they're taking them as far as like
continuing on
canon,
Arkham Knight.
You know what I mean? But seems like they're setting up Robin to be the next Dark Knight, which am totally cool with. Like,
yes,
if they give someone a Robin game and it's the story of him taking up the mantle, like, fuck you. Let me play that.
Yeah, I would love that just as much too, especially because they can throw in everybody else too to kind of help him along the way. Give us some more Batgirl. Give him some more, maybe a new Batgirl's in that game.
Yeah, he's constantly like on himself in the game, and he's like, anytime he finishes doing something awesome, he's like, I'm too slow, and like he's like getting because he wants to be there.
Yeah,
and Barbara's always talking to you over the intercom. She was like, "You're not him. You can be better than him." And like he's just always like frustrated, and like it's really cool. It's really, really cool. I hope that's more than they're letting on because it was.
I still want my Teen Titans and or Batman Beyond game, but like I'd be cool with Robin.
Yeah, I'm in for all of it. You also get Arkham episodes AR challenge update, which includes maps from the GCPD lockdown. Robin and it says Batmobile for some reason on this link, but it's Robin and Riddler skins pack for the Batmobile. And you also get an original Tim Drake Robin skin, which is really cool. I used that a bunch. The Robin Batmobile is fucking awesome.
Yes, it is. It's really, really good, and you can use it in the main game too.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, which is really, really good.
And then you get Crime Fighter Challenge Pack number 4, which comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different challenge maps, and then a free update for character selection in the AR Invisible Predator maps. I played it all. I've got all the trophies. I'm all up to date again.
Proud of you, sir.
It was
but not for long.
It was a good. Yeah, I know. It was a good 3-4 hours of content.
The challenge maps and everything. That's what I think people get down on about the season pass is I don't think a lot of people go into those challenge maps and the Predator maps, but like those are some of my favorite parts of the game. Like that's what makes it an Arkham game to me is all the extra stuff.
Yeah, that's on you if you don't go in there. That's always have been a staple of the Arkham games since Arkham Asylum. So
yeah,
if you're not playing it, then you can't get mad about it. You're choosing not to play that.
Shame on you, people. Not
Plus,
us.
This is all what I've expected. When I bought the season pass, I assumed what I was getting, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I agree.
So back to your point, number 13 here, Batman Arkham Knight will be getting more DLC featured in previous Arkham games coming this January. Are you ready for this, Greg? The DLC will include 3 Predator maps, 3 combat maps, an Endless Wave Challenge, which is my favorite. I fucking love those.
And it's the best one, too.
Nice. And it will feature maps from Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Crime Alley from Arkham Knight's campaign.
That's the endless.
Really cool.
That's the endless wave challenge. Is the
Joker?
One with
the Joker?
The Joker when he's popping over the fence and stuff. I'm so happy they finally included it in that.
That's
and
awesome.
I forgot to put in here as well for the story, but we talked about previously. If you want and you have Arkham Knight up until the end of the year on Steam for PC players, you can return the game and get all of your money's worth back. So they're releasing the January DLC first for PC users, so you can even check out the DLC before you return the game, and then it's coming to consoles in January for sure.
Buy the console version, by the way. If you haven't played, if you had the PC version and you weren't able to play it, and you're returning it, I know you're probably burnt, but get the console version.
There's Cyber Monday deals going on all week, so you can get a good console bundle.
$20. Yeah. It's at GameStop right now for $20. Yeah. So pick that up because it's awesome. Actually, no, probably by the time this airs, all the deals will be over. Sorry.
Well, Cyber Monday is week too, so go on Amazon.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they keep extending. They keep making it longer and longer.
It's gonna be like December 24th week. Let's do sale.
We'll be in March. They'll be like Cyber Monday is finally ending. Get your deals now. Number 14 in our final piece of news today. Ben Affleck has made some bold promises, Greg, and I like them. The man in black has been quoted saying, "They are now developing ellipses, probably." The single greatest underexploited IP asset in the entertainment business, the DC comic world. That's super true. That is the most underexploited IP that is huge. You have, first of all, alone, Batman and Superman are generational. They have broken the test of time. So, like, come on, use that shit. Where's the Superman game?
Yeah.
Why am I not seeing Superman on lunchboxes again?
That's what I mean.
Like,
Yeah.
why? You made Man of Steel, then they just let it fall off.
Yep.
Affleck also tells the outlet, and now they have started to exploit that, and you are going to see that blossom. And when it does, it's going to be massive.
Thank God. I need to see Batman and Superman next to Iron Man and Thor and Captain America when I go into like even Marshalls now, and they have like little stuff to hang on your walls, and it's like everything now is Marvel, Marvel, Marvel. Like, give me some Batman stuff again. Give me some Superman stuff again.
I think even as far as like we were just talking about, like games and animated things go, and animated series on television go, like I think we're gonna get back to a little more of an even balanced playing field, which is cool. I'm a Marvel man personally, but
I'm a DC man. This is why I need this.
I love DC as well. You know what I mean? And I also like healthy competition. They need that to keep the other one trying. So
yeah, keep them both on their toes.
Yeah, keep it coming. I need more. We all need more. And normally when news like this breaks, I would be like, yeah, but they're the actor, so like, what do they know? They're obviously gonna say this kind of shit. But he's been in the movie business for so long. As a director and producer, a producer, so like he's got some cachet with me for sure.
Especially if he's gonna end up directing his own Batman solo movie, which is incredible.
Yeah,
still don't know if that's gonna be a thing, but as I say it right now, like I need that to be a thing.
I think it will be. I have a lot of faith in that happening. And then Affleck also went on #Batfleck. Affleck also went on to largely credit Warner Brothers CEO Kevin Tsujihara with the universe. With the DC Universe plans. He said, I was really impressed by that and the intelligence of his notes and the fact that he cared. He's willing to take longer to make the movie to get it right, to make it a movie of higher quality. That I appreciate a lot.
Yeah, I like that too. I think it just makes sense. I don't, like you said, like most of the time we look at these stories, and like there was just a story this week too that Chris Hemsworth, the actor who plays Thor, if you don't know that by now, said, oh, we need more Guardians humor in the next Thor movie. And I'm like, see, like that's a throwaway story to me, but like Ben Affleck I take a lot more seriously than that.
Yeah, 100%. I also don't agree with that. You need, if anything, you need less humor in those Thor movies.
That's what I was just gonna say. So Chris, get your shit together with your hammer.
Yeah, those the Dark Knight humor points with like Darcy and Jane and stuff, like it's so dumb, and they make Jane have to be like dumb, like a dumb ditz. Like
that's what pisses me off about it.
And like they make her seem like she's just a ditzy idiot.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
so much more than that, potentially Thor herself.
Yeah, like you don't need that. I like the Marvel movies, and I get what they're doing. They're like, oh, this is so fantastical. Like we need humans to like draw the humor out, to be like, we understand that this is over the top. Like that's fine, but like you don't really. That movie took a lot of it took place in like cross dimension and in Asgard and stuff, and like just let it be serious. If it's that's fine. You know what I mean? The tone of that movie, it's called The Dark World. You know what I mean? Like let it be dark. It's okay, Marvel. You don't, everything doesn't have to be like, you know, like dry sarcasm and like you know, like it works in certain movies, like Iron Man's world, it works, you know, but like
the humans don't have to be your dry contrast all the time.
Right. It's not necessary.
What makes me angry. Yeah.
And Thor's not funny. He's not a funny guy. He's a warrior from a different universe.
And his comedic moments work so well. I think they try to go for his comedic moments so much in his solo movies because he works so well comedically in the Avengers films. But it's because it's everyone else like, dude, like you're just so off. Like you don't get it. And that's what makes him funny. But like if you put him with Jane and everybody, like those people know him at this point. It's not like these are these puny humans that aren't with me all the time. You know what I mean? Like that's what pisses me off. And
they try too hard to get the humor into those movies, and I think that's always been a real weak point for Thor.
Hopefully that'll all change with Ragnarok.
Yeah, I hope so.
Me and you both, sir.
I hope so. Well, Greg, I'm glad we finished off talking about Marvel here, okay? Because now it's time.
Thank God. There's been too much Marvel.
Now it's time for the topic of the week. Are you ready for it?
Topic of the week. Topic of the week.
Today we're talking about the motherfucking Marvel Captain America Civil War trailer.
Notably, next to this, Dean put 6 exclamation points in the text outline, just so we know how excited it to be.
Is the one. It's the one. This is the story I've been talking about a lot this week, because of all our other shows that we're talking on. But this has been the Marvel story. This is my favorite Marvel story, first of all. I have the digital version. I have the physical version. I bought the individual comics as they came out week by week when I was a kid. This is my favorite Marvel story. And anytime they would do a Marvel movie, like I'm talking about since like Fox's X-Men, the first run, where I would be like, you think they'll ever do Civil War? Like, they don't do Civil War? And like, it was such a long shot, and like, I never thought they would. And then they did Civil War in Marvel's Ultimate Alliance, the video game. And I was like, oh, people know. People know about this.
You sounded like Christopher Walken. Oh,
people know about the Civil War. You gotta be careful, Captain America.
I love when we discover more magical teen impressions. It's my favorite show.
Watch your back, Tony. Cap's coming to get you.
Can we make Christopher Walken a part of the MCU, please?
I hope so, dude. But they do. People knew about it, and I was like,
you need to know.
There are people out there who know about Civil War, so it's possible. And then,
it is a thing.
It's here. It happened. I saw the trailer. It is a thing.
We've watched the trailer now multiple times, just between us, let alone doing it. Like, we watched on the Level Up show last night too, broke that down. But like, just myself, like sitting at my laptop watching the trailer, it's been like a good 20 times.
I wish YouTube do they have like a play count on videos that you've watched multiple times? Like, can you see how many times?
I don't think so. I haven't. If so, I need to find that for a bunch of videos.
Very curious to see how many times I've watched that trailer, because it's at least 20 minimum.
Yeah.
And then,
I've shown everybody I know too. I'm like, guys, did you see the Civil War trailer? And then I've rewatched it.
I showed at least 5 people. I've watched it twice last night on the Level Up show, and then I watched it once this morning just to get ready for this. So that's 9 times alone right there, and I watched it like 12 times when it came out.
Do you know what's even better and what I just thought of in this moment?
Tell me.
We're gonna be able to watch it probably before Star Wars, like on the big screen, and I'm gonna freak out over that too.
It was so good. Let's talk about it, Greg.
Yes. Okay.
So many things happened in this trailer.
Where do we start?
Let's start at the beginning, I guess. We get that scene from Ant-Man.
Okay.
With Bucky. And I guess
this isn't your mother's house.
Yeah, I guess that's the moment when they're gonna call in Ant-Man into the fold. And we see that Bucky is starting to remember Cap a little bit. And we get this nice little like smirk from Cap, because he realizes, like, oh, my friend's in there somewhere.
Just to relay this into terms you guys would understand, this is like Dean being brainwashed, and then me seeing him and him being like, oh my God, you're from Long Island, and me being like,
yeah. It's a little quick moment like that. He remembers stuff about Cap's mom, and he's like, okay, like, this is something to work with. He's in there somewhere.
Steve's face in that moment, where you just see him, it's like the smallest little glimmer of hope, but like it's enough hope for him to just latch onto it and apparently run with it for 2.5 hours in the movie.
And just totally betray all of these allies and friends that he's made, because he sees that one little bit of hope and he's like, sorry guys, this is my boy.
But is it bad that I still, like, immediately from this moment forward now, I'm on Team Cap? I'm like, that's his best friend, that's his childhood best friend, and at the end of the day, like, I know if that was my girl Hannah, that I've grown up with her since the day one, I'm like, Hannah, I'm coming back for you. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if there's a chance I could find you again, like, shout out to Hannah.
Man, it really depends. I feel like you might be jumping the gun a little bit, because from the looks of it, the way Bucky's acting in some of the scenes in the trailer is like he's not.
We don't know
really there
yet, Dino.
We don't know yet.
He was brainwashed and waterboarded and tortured.
You know what? We don't know yet. Maybe. So let's talk about this. They do twist the trailer a little bit. The tone of the trailer is very different from the comics in that. In the comic books, Iron Man is clear cut the bad guy, in my opinion.
100%.
When I read the comic book, I was like, oh, he's a douchebag. Yeah, he's just lost it.
It just fit. Well, like the Tony Stark in the movies too, I feel like has gotten more of an emotional connection, and so many people
for sure
resonate. Like you said, Iron Man's the face of Marvel currently until Spider-Man comes. Change all that in this movie, but like Iron Man is the face of Marvel, so many people are going to see Robert Downey Jr. and be like, what are you doing, like Captain America? Like, you can't be coming in here and messing up our feng shui.
And the trailer nails that tone. Like, I watched it at like 5 o'clock in the morning because I woke up for work. I wake up for work at like 4:30, and I remember this. I got to work and I set everything up, and I'm saying,
this is the day of it released.
The day after, the day after the night it came out.
Okay.
and I had heard it was coming on Jimmy Kimmel. I heard something was coming on Jimmy Kimmel. They had, you know, who was on that night? I think Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans were both on Jimmy Kimmel that night. And I was like, oh, maybe they're gonna like release a poster or like they're gonna announce when the trailer's coming out. And then I woke up and I was like, holy shit, it happened.
Yeah.
So I was at work and I always have like a little bit of downtime at work after I get done setting up the store. So I'm standing there and I find out and I was like, Jesus, I gotta watch this right now. So I watch it and like my initial gut reaction, I was like, Cap's the bad guy now.
Yeah.
And like maybe it'll be different in the film. Maybe Iron Man does some really deplorable shit that we haven't seen.
I have a bunch of theories.
I want to hear them. But yeah, in the trailer, it's very much seems like Captain is the bad guy.
They're making him out. See, but I don't think it's so clear cut in this trailer. Like, you can resonate with both of them, I think, on different levels. Like, well, let's keep breaking it down first. Let's keep breaking it down and get to stuff.
So, we see Black Panther for the first time.
Fully
costumed. He looks fantastic. The costume looks so good. It looks so good.
We also get our first shot of all of the Avengers, at least on Cap's side. This is the new Avengers. That shot where Falcon swoops in above them all and they're all running down the street. Yeah. Oh, dude, I need that life always.
Scarlet Witch has learned how to control her flight. She takes off immediately, so she's gotten stronger. She's gonna be an ace in the hole for Cap, for sure.
I think she's so powerful. She's going to compete or combat with the Vision, though, on Team Iron Man. You still have to think he's got...
that's also what I was going to say. Yeah, noticeably, we see the new Avengers minus Vision, obviously, because... I found it interesting that they don't show the full Iron Man lineup in the trailer. They showed Cap.
Because they're trying to make you feel... This is the imagery we get with Iron Man, this trailer, is him with... a War Machine lying maybe dead on the ground, and we also get him getting the shit beat out of him, double team with Bucky and Cap, but throwing the shield back and forth, literally just pounding on the guy, like the poor guy, like it's. But that I say those words and I immediately want to take him back because he ain't no poor guy. Because if you notice the suit that they're beating him on, that's like one of the Ultimate Iron Man suits. Yeah. So like, really, who has the upper hand here, Tony?
I mean, it's two super soldiers, though, dude. I would like to notice that things usually come relatively easy for Cap, with the exception of some of like the massive villains. He is stressed the fuck out when he's fighting Iron Man at the end. Yeah. You can see him. He's like the sweat and the blood that's all over on his face. Like
his jawline is just gritted the whole time. He's like, shit. He's like, fucking come on. Like, come on.
Because Iron Man is like... He's fast, dude, and like he you can see it. He can't pull off any shots, but he's trying.
He's a genius too, and that's what I think everyone forgets about his character is like that he's Bruce Wayne. Like he's literally of the Marvel universe. He's Bruce Wayne. He's so smart, and he's a chess match. He's 7 steps ahead of you,
that's so
but
true.
In a battle. And the thing about Cap though is he's an elongated chess match. This is how I compare them. I think Iron Man is like a game of checkers where he'll jump 7 of your pieces and then be like, king me, bitch. But I think Cap's more like, I'm going to move my horse and my pawns. You can take all my pawns in chess, but then my horse and my rooks are going to come up and they're going to kill you and they're checkmate, bitch. Bam. And that's how
checkmate.
And that's how I literally feel.
See, that's not how I view them. I feel like Iron Man is with the checkers. He's the chess game. He's 7 steps ahead. I feel like Cap is more reactionary. He's like,
really?
He's like, I'll take it as it comes. Yeah, like think about it. The battle in Avengers, he didn't have a plan until they hit the street. The battle in Age of Ultron, they didn't have a plan until the city was up in the air.
So maybe flip flop them.
You know, but Captain America's been in wars, man. He knows what he's doing.
That's what I mean, though. Is like he knows fighting skills, I think, more than planning. And that's why I feel like even though you may think like, yeah, he's reacting to it and like all his pawns are going away, at the end of the day, like he's still the one that wraps that gift in a bow and gives it to you for Christmas.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because he's so reactionary and because he's so strong,
ends up kind of working out.
Your plans might not fucking matter if he finishes the job first. However, in comparison to your Bruce Wayne reference, I will say that I find it highly unlikely that Iron Man puts the fate of the Registration Act, which we'll get back to in a minute, on a fist fight. He's got something else that's gonna like. He's not gonna put his risk on like a fight between him and two super soldiers. A theory that Andrew came up with that I'm a huge fan of is that's where Spider-Man comes in that fight at the end when Iron
maybe
Man
too huge of a fan of Dino. Don't get your hopes up that he's coming
I
out
want
on
it,
the
dude.
scene.
I can totally see it. That fight at the end where Iron Man is just getting totally destroyed and he can't even move. And then just picture it. You just hear you just see the web fly across the screen and he comes in and he's like, let's make this a fair fight. Holy fucking shit, Greg. I want it so bad. He's
just like, hey, Uncle Tony, it's me. I'm in the Iron Spider suit.
Oh my God. I'll take it. I'll take Iron Spider. I'll take regular Spider. I don't care.
This is what I'm picturing in this movie is like Peter Parker is kind of like Dick Grayson. Like I feel like something's gonna happen because like they've already said like Uncle Ben's already dead somewhere, like he's already become Spider-Man, like this has all happened. So I feel like now he's gonna be like an orphan boy, and then Tony's gonna be like, hey dude, like you idolize me. Maybe he wins like a contest or something and he gets to like go with Tony Stark to like Stark Industries for the day, but then they're going to develop a relationship because he's going to realize just how smart Peter is. Just like they're both scientists.
I would love that, dude. I would love that.
And that's my first theory is I think that's how they're initially going to bond. And that's why I don't think you're going to see him ever even like sway to the side of Team Cap, because I think at the end of the day, it's going to be Peter idolizing Tony for his scientists and his like industrial revolutionary ideas, not so much the Iron Man thing. And then when he like finally links that too, he's like, wait, like I could become Spider-Man next to Iron Man, like that could be a thing too. And then I think that's when that moment's gonna happen and he's gonna be like, listen,
let me ask you about this, Greg.
Bang bang.
What would you think about this? Because
you're good with theories.
Pepper's been noticeably absent lately.
Well, she's going through a divorce with the lead singer of Coldplay, so
and we see that War Machine took a big hit, so he's probably out of the game at that point. So
you think Pepper's gonna become War Machine?
Do we see the rescue armor in this? She gets a rescue armor. I mean,
she does. Wait.
I don't know.
No, I don't know. I just can't see her.
I can see it
having that pivotal of a role with all these other superheroes.
I didn't see her. Spoilers for Iron Man 3, but I didn't see her coming in and taking out the Mandarin at the end of Iron Man 3 either. And
no, I did. I saw her doing that only because that was more. It was more Iron Man story. This is still a Captain America movie, and I feel like Team Iron Man has to represent in that way. It'd be awesome if Pepper came in and was just like, "Listen, bitch, like that's my boy," and she like rescued him, but. I don't know why she turned into Aunt Jemima, but she did.
She did.
I don't know. That would make me happy though.
I
do miss
discount
Pepper.
anything at this point.
I miss Pepper
because the fact that this movie is happening is enough to make me believe literally anything.
Yeah. It's so true.
I don't know, man. I think it's really crazy. But
it is true though. I do miss Pepper. She's not in isn't in Ultron at all.
No, she's not. Yeah, she's absent from that. She's referenced, but yeah, she's not in that.
That's sad.
Yeah, well, they're definitely gonna bring her back. Here's the thing:
she's there. Like she's not off the movies or anything.
Yeah, if this is the end for Robert Downey Jr., like once his contract is over and he's actually gonna be done now, they're not just gonna like leave her lingering. They're gonna wrap up the story, with him and Pepper.
Yeah,
they're not doing an Iron Man 4, as far as I know.
No,
so they're gonna have to get it done in one of these ensemble movies, I guess.
I think they'll end up moving Pepper over to like Agent 13 and kind of keeping her like in the background. Like maybe she joins the Avengers Initiative under Nick Fury or something. Like I don't know. They'll figure out something for her.
I will say,
yes.
Now that it's come up, I'm open to an Iron Man 4.
I'm open to it. I would need to know what it was before I signed on fully.
Yeah, I can get down.
I just know now, like. With the whole slew full of new movies they have coming out, like I don't know, I really feel like RDJ's kind of tired of it. Chris Evans already said he's not at all, but like I feel like when RDJ misses that paycheck, I feel like it'll all come back, and he likes the character too. Like he owns Tony Stark. He owns it.
Yeah, he's like the godfather of the whole Marvel.
Yeah, exactly.
Situation.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll get an Iron Man 4. I'm just saying.
I don't think we'll get an Iron Man 4, but as far as him reprising his role as Iron Man, I think that's happening.
I think it's possible. You mean past Infinity War?
Yeah.
Well,
I know that
I
if
have a
Chris
whole other
Evans
set of
comes back
theories
and
about
is like,
that.
I'm going to be Captain America for longer, you think RDJ's going to sit that paycheck out? Stop.
Well, it depends. I'm telling you now. In Infinity Wars, one or two, one of those two are going to die. 100%. One of them, at least, is gonna die.
I don't think so.
I'm telling you, man. You think Thanos is gonna come here without killing?
He's gonna kill major characters. I just don't think it's gonna be Cap or Iron Man. I think they're too much of bankable. Stick my
life on it.
I think they're too bankable. I think they're gonna kill like a lot of secondary characters. And when I say secondary, they're main characters, but like not ones that we'd be like, what? I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
We do have Doctor Strange now, who is capable of playing with time, and
all he has to do is go back and be like, "Oh, you always really dealing with Thanos?" Honestly.
I think it's gonna happen. Well, let's get back to the Civil War trailer anyway, though. So we don't have the Superhuman Registration Act. We got General Thunderbolt Ross back from the Incredible Hulk movies.
The Hulk.
And he brings back. It looks like he's bringing to the table the Sokovia Accords. It's called. Sokovia is the place in Age of Ultron, for all of you out there who aren't putting in the pieces together. In Age of Ultron, that's the city they're in when they drop the city of Sokovia, pretty much.
Physically off the planet.
Yeah, so I guess from that, the attacks that the Hulk made when he was possessed by Scarlet Witch, all of that destruction is coming back to them, and people are tired of the Avengers being on their own and out of anyone's supervision. So I guess this is their way of doing the Superhuman Registration Act, because
smart way to do it, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. And really the only way, because we talked a little bit last night that there's no one who has a secret identity anymore, and the Tom Holland quote earlier also states Spider-Man's the only one really who's going to be behind a mask. Everyone else like knows that Tony Stark is Iron Man. Everybody knows Captain America.
Black Widow, yeah. Even all the secondary characters are outed.
So it's interesting. That'll be interesting to see how Spider-Man comes into play with that also being on the table. Interesting.
Notably, like you said, then we got Scarlet Witch showing off more of her powers, which finally, the training obviously has been working out for her. I'm excited. I want to give her a shot because I didn't enjoy her or her brother Quicksilver and Ultron. Like, they were like one of the negatives for me, and I was sad about that. But at the end, when, spoilers for Age of Ultron, when Quicksilver finally gets shot up and when he goes down and when Scarlet Witch is over... Like when they're all defending the power cell and when they're defending everything and she releases that burst and she's just like, I'm like, dude, like that's the Scarlet Witch you need to put in the movies. Like, she's so one of the most powerful characters, if not the most powerful character in the MCU besides Vision. I'm just excited, dude. I'm excited. I think she's going to have a really key role in Infinity Wars too. I think she's going to be I think her and Vision have to be the forces that go against Thanos to at least keep him at bay.
I'm wondering if they mentioned Thor. I wonder if they acknowledge the fact that he's absent in this, and the Hulk as well.
Like at all?
Yeah, I'm wondering if they just reference the fact, because sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just wait for the next movie. But I think
like they'd have to
in a crucial fight like this. Like they're gonna need to be like, yo, where's Thor? Like someone, like I feel like they need to bring that up.
That being said, I'm happy they're both not in this movie because then it would become too crazy, I feel. Not because of over bloating and overpopulating, because we've already seen the Russo brothers can handle like a lot of characters and a lot of roles and make them all fit into the storyline that they're trying to tell. But as far as like the actual fight scenes go, like how are you taking out Hulk and Thor? Let's be honest.
Well, whoever's team Hulk is on, which would probably be Iron Man's because of their relationship, wins.
Exactly.
The Hulk's not going down. Speaking of the Hulk, do we think that General Ross gives us a little red Hulk in this movie?
I would be okay with it, only if it was towards the end and it was like the end credit scene. Like that would be okay. I would be okay with it. I don't think we'll see it throughout the whole film. But I'm thinking that's why they brought his character back and made that movie canon. Right?
Yeah. There's got to be a reason. I mean, even if there's not, I like the fact that they didn't just leave him hanging out there.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm glad that they brought him back, because it's weird. That movie is considered canon, and it has the tie-in scene with Iron Man at the end. And they just never kind of like bring up that Incredible Hulk storyline again. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
I'm hoping maybe they give us some answers to that storyline, and maybe like they not answers as much because we already kind of got everything answered, but I'm saying like they reference it and they're not like ashamed of it. Like I hope it's not like oh, that happened, but like we're never going to talk about it again. Yeah. Like I feel like with his character coming back into play, like they're going to like be like, "Oh, remember when he was here?" and they're going to fit him into the storyline that way.
So in your opinion, do you think that they'll do the Red Hulk?
I think they're definitely going to do it. I think that's what, especially Thor. In Civil War, I'm not positive. I think they're going to do it in the MCU as a whole. And I think if they're going to bring back General Ross, I think this would be the purpose that they're bringing him back for.
I would love to see like,
especially because the guy's got star appeal too. The actor himself.
William Hurt. It's been in everything. He's been around forever. Good actor.
Yeah.
I would love to see a Red Hulk team up on Thanos. That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, that would be crazy. That would be insane. Well, that's what we're assuming is going to happen in Thor Ragnarok. Is we're going to get hopefully like a Planet Hulk or something because they're exploring who knows what's happening.
Yeah. I want it to happen. I'm down for it to happen in Civil War. I don't think it will.
I think Civil War just has so much going on right now that I think, like I said, I think it'll be, if at all, I think it'll be like the end credit scene where they're just like, "Where's General Ross?" And then he's like in the lab, and then bang.
Yeah. I loved the dialogue at the end where the music. First of all, the music in the trailer is awesome. They really grabbed that same tone from the Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Like it feels like they're like, okay, we took a break, we gave you Ant-Man and Age of Ultron, and like we're back in Captain America's world now. And like,
and the thing I want to point out too is now like the Russo brothers, they have like their feel to a film. And like Drew said it a lot too, and I didn't realize it at first, but like the camera angles and stuff that they use, and like just the shots that they take advantage of, and every ounce of the trailer, like you can tell like it's the Russo brothers, and I'm just like you said, like it's Winter Soldier again, and that's why I'm even more excited because like Winter Soldier's my favorite.
I definitely feel like I have to watch Winter Soldier today.
Oh my god, easily. When do I not want to watch Winter Soldier though?
Stuck in my head. We talked about it so much over the weekend because we really wanted Andrew to see it. And now everybody hyped it up, and now I gotta watch it again.
Yeah, it's just so good.
But I love the dialogue at the end when the music's like very docile and Cap's like, "He's my friend," and like the disdain on Tony's face, and he's like, "So was I." I'm like, fuck, this is so. I keep saying to everybody
with the black eye.
Yeah, like I keep saying to everybody, this is all I've wanted, and like now that it's happening, like I'm like, wait,
it's too much.
Like maybe don't do this because like now,
guys, backpedal.
Like, they're breaking apart these relationships that they've built, and like it's so sad.
That's what awesome. I really think that's what we're not realizing about this film, and like now seeing, like you said in the trailer, like just the breakups that are gonna happen, and like seeing them fight each other. It's so depressing. Like as cool as the action shot is at the end of this trailer, where they're double teaming Iron Man, like. That's still Iron Man at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like that's so depressing.
It is, yeah. And I'm really wondering, like,
and awesome.
It is. The choreography on that fight scene was fucking amazing.
So good.
They just literally have like they're throwing the shield back and forth between Bucky and Cap. It's awesome.
Like if I could describe a scene as macaroni and cheese, it'd be that scene. Yeah. Like it's that together.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
Yes, I think that was a good. What is a metaphor?
Yeah,
macaroni and cheese. Captain Bucky.
Whatever consequences happen in this movie, I feel like it's really important for Marvel to follow through. Like,
yes,
they can't have them like at the end of this movie. They can't have them be like, "Well, that's over. Let's go back to the Avengers." You know what I mean? Like, they can't. Like, they need to have this. The consequences need to be real in order for this movie to make the impact it needs to make.
Well, I think stuff's gonna be said. And obviously fights are going to happen to the point where it's just not going to be what it used to be. Like it just wouldn't make sense for them to do that. My theories as to why I'm on Team Cap, by the way, I think Bucky's being framed for a lot. And I think not only was he brainwashed and like the stuff that he was seen doing was bad, but I think now he's just kind of being the government scapegoat. And it's just kind of like, oh, that was Bucky. And that was Bucky too. Like,
yeah, it could be. That's a good point.
And I really don't think at the end of the day Bucky's a bad guy. We know he's not a bad guy. We know where he comes from. And I think once he gets past all the crap, and we saw him and Cap going at it together in a fight scene. So I think once they get to that point, I think it's going to be like, all right, I see why he's doing it. I see why Steve is where he is. And we like Bucky.
There's a moment in the trailer where they're standing side by side together. Cap's all suited up, but he doesn't have his helmet on, and Bucky doesn't have suited up. And he reaches over and he like puts his hand on Bucky's shoulder, and Bucky kind of like just smiles and looks at him, and like I feel like that is him. Like I feel like that in that moment, like he's back. You know what I mean? They make it seem that way.
I just know that his scenes where he's not there, like it's just so hard to not want him to be there, if that makes sense. Like when I see him, I'm never like, you're a villain. Like the end of Winter Soldier was so big because like, yeah, obviously we all knew it was going to be Bucky. Like we all knew at the end of the day, we all knew it was going to be him. But like when it's still revealed that it's him, you're just like, oh, like that still sucks, dude. Like you're good. Like you're so good. You can be so good. You have the potential.
I don't know. I'm not siding. I'm not siding yet because I need more information. I need to see the movie and see who's coming from which point of view and like who's framing who for what, and then I'll decide. But
and we talked about this last night too. But as far as just the trailer to set it up to now make it to where the marketing is going to be the teams, because along with this trailer too, lest we forget, they released the 2 character posters, and the one is Iron Man fully suited beating on Cap's shield, and then the other one we have Cap with a it's the what is it called? The helmetless Tony, who's on his knees, and Cap standing there with the shield, looking like he's going to strike him down. Yeah. So those 2 posters in and of itself, like we were saying last night on the Level Up show, like this movie just sells itself, dude. Like Twitter and Facebook and like Instagram, like it's just so easy to be like Team Cap with the shield, like hashtag Team Steve, and then hashtag Team Stoney. Like it's so good. It's so good.
It is really, really good.
Team Stoney, by the way, he's a stoner now.
And then a couple of things that we don't get in this trailer, which I like that they're keeping surprise. We don't see Ant-Man. We don't see Vision. We don't see Spider-Man. Notably
absent too, the Black Widow, Hawkeye back and forth that was shown at Comic-Con that we read on a previous Power Up. And I think their relationship is going to have a big part too, because like we keep speculating, I think Hawkeye, it's just weird.
Yeah.
That like the teams and how they're set up, like he has to be a mole. It just has to be said that way.
You think?
It has to be. And like from the description we read from the trailer shown at Comic-Con of him and Black Widow's back and forth, I'm just like, come on, dude. Like it's just so corny and cheesy that it has to be that, because I don't know. It just seems like that's what they're going for. And Vision's absent, like you said. Spider-Man's absent. Ant-Man's absent. I'm surprised Ant-Man was absent from this trailer. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Yeah, I am a little bit surprised by that also.
Spider-Man, not so much. I feel like they need to keep him a secret up until the movie itself. I don't want to know, because he's in it for such a small amount of time, as we know what scenes he's already shot. So like I don't want that to be ruined for me.
Yeah.
And if I was surprised that he wasn't to be Peter and Tony like bonding like at Stark Industries or something.
That's the thing. Like I am surprised, but that they didn't even have like, not even because they could have just put the kid in as Peter, and like there's a good, I'll say 75 to 80% of the audience out there who would have no idea that was supposed to be Spider-Man. If they just showed him as Peter talking for like a second, nobody would have known. They'd be like, oh, who's that kid?
They could have just done a quick cut of like, and everyone, this is Stark Industries, and they're like, yeah, see you over there, and he's like, hi, I'm Peter. Like just something dumb.
Something. Like I'm surprised, as you said though. I'm glad they didn't. I want that to be a total surprise to me. I don't want to know when he's coming. I don't know where he's coming.
I could see the final trailer that releases like the week before the movie, like the launch trailer. I could see that having Peter Parker in it. I don't see, I could be 100% wrong on this. I just don't see the Spider-Man costume being shown in any of the trailers. It just wouldn't make sense, I feel.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
You can't sell this movie as Spider-Man. You can't. Like, we're excited he's going to be in this. I'm happy that they are bringing a new Spider-Man to the universe, but you can't sell Civil War as Spidey's in this.
I don't know if I agree with that. Really, he was pivotal to the Civil War. He's on like one of the most iconic covers.
But at that point, he was
Cap and Iron Man.
What RDJ?
What'd you say?
I said he was what RDJ is now for us, like in the MCU. Like that's what he was in the comics and is.
I mean, I think it would be fine to show like a logo. Honestly, if they just flashed the
suit
for like
a second, Web so bad.
I think it's weird not to, because it's Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like people don't understand yet that a lot of people out there don't understand yet that he's in the Marvel universe. Like this is different from what Sony was doing, and I feel like it's weird that they didn't even like gleam at it. You know what I mean? Just even like a quick anything.
I just also think it would confuse a lot of people too, to be like, wait, Spider-Man's in this too? Whose team is he on? Why is he there? Is it Andrew Garfield? Wait, and then people start looking up, they're like, it's this little kid Tom Holland. Like, who the hell Spider-Man is this? Did I miss a movie?
That's exactly my point though. Why wouldn't they want that? They don't want more. They want more people Googling,
I guess,
Civil War and Spider-Man and Captain America, and like
I try to look at movies like this because I see them with my brother most of the time. I see them with my friends on Crappy Movie Tuesday, and like they don't follow it as neatly as I do. So like when they see, like they saw Iron Man 3, and my friends looked at it theater and like that's my favorite of all the Iron Men, and it makes me appreciate it in a different light because I'm like, dude, like that was a really good Iron Man movie. Like I really enjoyed that movie. That was a really good film. And then they're like, yeah, like everything that happened from this one connected to it. Meanwhile, in my head, I'm connecting like all the other movies to this, like blah, blah, blah. Like I talk to Kristen all the time about it. And every time I talk to Kristen about him, she like looks at superhero movies and she's like, as long as it can keep me engaged, like that's how I know it's a good superhero movie. And like she doesn't like see the Easter eggs and stuff. So it's fun to pull yourself out that way. And I think from my friend's perspective to see Spider-Man, like my cousin, I know my cousin has already asked me this question. I told her like, oh, they're doing like a new Spider-Man in the movie and blah, blah, blah. And the first thing she said to me was, why isn't it Andrew Garfield? And I'm like, I can't even get into the minutia on like how this happened. But I'm like, I just think it's too confusing that way.
But I mean, people have been through reboots already. You didn't hear anyone asking where's Tobey Maguire when the Andrew Garfield ones came out. Like they understood it was a new actor. Yeah. It's like James Bond.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like I don't think I feel like they don't give enough credit to the audience. Like we understand, like people get recast, things happen, new stories and all that good stuff. But I don't care. I'm okay with it being a total surprise.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him now that I've like experienced the trailer and I know the tone. Save it. Just save it for when we're all sitting there and when he shows up. That moment is going to be huge.
Yeah, for sure.
One thing I do want to know before we wrap up here, and then we'll leave time to see if you have any final things you want to talk about. I noticed I went frame by frame through this trailer. Okay.
Okay.
And there are scenes where the Avengers insignia on Cap's shoulder pad are there, and there are scenes where he's wearing the same suit and they are gone. Which leads me to believe that in some way, shape, or form, this is the end of the Avengers as we know them.
Yeah, that's definitely going to happen, I feel. So I feel like that was just a go-to, and I'm still a firm believer in your theory that Avengers, they break up, and I think Tony's going to try to start a new Avengers. I think it's going to fail miserably. They're going to lock up Cap. And I think Bucky's going to go free. And I think he's going to like get Bucky out of the country and go into hiding that way. And I think they're going to be like, he's like, yes, I did what I had to do with Bucky. Slap the cuffs on me. I can go into custody. You're right. I was wrong. Blah, blah, blah. And then Infinity War is going to come around. And at the end of Infinity Wars 1, they're going to be like, it's going to be the jail cell opening. And they're going to like throw him the shield. And they're going to be like, dude, we need you again. And he's going to be like, motherfuckers, I told y'all. And then Bucky's going to come back. And then it's going to be all the Avengers. And then Thanos is going to go down. I
can see it right now.
I know.
The end credits sequence is just Cap sitting in a cell. And you just hear footsteps walking down the hall.
Yep.
And then out of the shadows.
Maybe you see like high heels or something. Like maybe it's like Pepper.
I was thinking Tony. I was thinking out of the shadows comes Tony up to the bars, and he's just like,
I still think they're going to be sour.
We need you.
I still think, like you said,
of course they're going to be fucking sour, but it's.
But I think it's going to be like. I think it's going to be like. I think Tony's going to be too big headed, and I think Tony's going to be like, I got this, guys. Like this is our Avengers. We're going to make it work, and I think it's going to be Natasha that goes and maybe breaks him out of jail, and then I think
I could see that.
Like Natasha being like, Steve, like this is bad. Like this is worse than we've ever imagined.
I don't think. I mean, that wouldn't really go. That wouldn't really go with the way Tony's character arc is going.
That's true.
Because he started off being always like, I got this.
We don't need, yeah.
And just the simple fact that he's so pro registration shows that like he knows he doesn't have it. He's like, no, we need to be fucking controlled because we're fucking shit up. I think that's going to be the end. I think in one way, shape, or form, you're right though. I think we're going to see Cap in the prison cell.
And it's just going to be like,
someone's going to be coming.
The bar door slide open and throw him. It'll just be like, you're up, Cap.
Something like that. Something with him being in prison. Or maybe that's when the assassin walks up and then they end the credits before we see how
Shut your mouth, you dirty ass bastard. Don't say things like that.
That's the way it happens in the books.
But it's not. This is a different.
You don't know. We don't know. That's the thing. We have no idea what's going to happen.
The fact of the matter is, like, this I can confirm. Okay. Greg will probably cry.
Probably.
Physical tears.
Yeah, but you'll cry like on your way to the grocery store.
Well, no, but I mean, like, I think this is gonna be like us. That's true, but I think this is gonna be like a sobbing. Like, if one of them dies, one of my superheroes dies, I will be sobbing in the theater.
I would be really surprised if nobody bites the dust in this.
Oh, someone's dying, but I'm
I
saying
feel like
like
that's gonna be Marvel's like. I feel like that's their like mission right now. Is it
just
like
to kill everyone.
kill off as many of these people whose contracts are ending before the Phase 3 end?
Yeah.
Like we gotta get rid of these guys so we can set up the next Avengers. I have a theory that I think they're going to set up the Secret Avengers with Spider-Man.
That would be incredible. Well,
would
when
be
is his
cool.
movie? When is his movie happening?
Not sure. I could look it up, but I'm really not sure. How long
'Cause
have we been
his-
talking about this? Like 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. I just get really excited. But
I'm
wait,
excited too.
Spider-Man's like solo movie deal. We have to like put that into account. Like that's still a thing that's happening. Like as big as Infinity Wars is gonna be, and like we already saw, like the budget is like astronomically insane. It's over like $1 billion. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's just part one. Like not even counting part two yet. Like you just know, like all these little side stories that they have going on. Then we're gonna have like. Do you think they bring Daredevil and stuff over into like Infinity Wars? Like
yeah, I think
that could be a possibility. Like Jessica comes out and she's like, I can fly now. We're like, Jessica, like that could happen. Like we don't know.
Yeah, like I'm wondering if they do the Fallen Sun thing, the Captain America Fallen Sun thing, where it's like Jessica or not Jessica Jones, but yeah, they have Spider Woman, so maybe they replace her with Jessica Jones.
That's what I'm saying, because they'll have her like to fill in the roles.
They got the symbiote Spider-Man. They got Wolverine, Luke Cage. I'm pretty sure is in there. Daredevil. Maybe they're setting it up for Secret Avengers while the real Avengers are
Captain
missing.
Marvel will have her movie out by then.
Yeah, who knows? So many possibilities, man. But I am so excited, and now I'm gonna go watch the Civil War trailer, and then I'm gonna watch Winter Soldier.
I'm proud of all of those decisions.
Any final thoughts here today?
Needless to say, guys, we didn't get any questions again. Luckily, we've had two awesome topic of the weeks. The past 2 weeks, we had Jessica Jones happening, and then Captain America: Civil War, which obviously, as we've shown, we can do a lot of talking on that. But if you do have any questions, feedbacks, comments, concerns, of course, you can leave them at the bottom of our video on the YouTube channel here. But we also have an email address. It's our very own email address that you can send all your inquiries to, and that's powerup@thelevelupnetwork.com. Title it question, title it "Oh my effing God, did you see the Civil War trailer?" And just put your name, and we'll shout you out, and we'll feature you on the show.
Yep. Oh, no Zemo in this trailer either.
Yes,
lots of stuff, lots of new stuff that we haven't seen yet, which is cool.
I know.
But that's it for me, guys. And that's it for Power Up, I believe. Greg, any final thoughts before we go?
I'm very excited that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is a thing.
Yes.
Also, on the last video, Rick commented about our ideas for Spider-Gwen as a TV show, and I was just reading that, and I'm still very excited. I want that to be a thing. So they need to make an SCU Spider-Man Cinematic Universe, and that would be beautiful.
Oh, that's like my fucking wet dream. This has been another episode of Power Up, episode 19. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to join us every Saturday at 10 a.m. more like 2 p.m. because I'm always late for a new episode on youtube.com/Level Up Show, level spelled LVL. Head over to SoundCloud and iTunes for the audio version of the show and all of the Level Up Network shows by subscribing to the Level Up Network. Follow us on Twitter. I am at @thebeast_NJ. Greg is at Greg Virga. That's it. Take care. Power up.
Power up, whoa, power up, yeah.
Probably the best thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Just throwing that out there. All right, let's go. Let's get the show on the road here.
Pinot Noir. Listen to Tom Berenger.
God damn it.